MoonToonKids.
Once upon a time, in a quiet village near a great green forest, lived a kind and hardworking woodcutter. Every day, he walked into the forest to chop wood, which he sold in the market to buy food and care for his family. Though he was poor, he never complained. He was known for being honest, gentle, and respectful to all. One bright morning, the woodcutter went deeper into the forest than usual and found a strong tree growing near a river. He began chopping wood, working hard with his old iron axe. But suddenly, as he swung it high, the axe slipped from his hands and flew into the river with a loud splash. He ran to the riverbank and looked down, but the water was deep and swift. His axe was gone. He sat down sadly, buried his face in his hands, and cried,
"Oh no! That was my only axe. How will I work now?"
As he wept, the river began to shimmer. A soft glow rose from the water, and out came a beautiful fairy. She had silver hair, glowing wings, and robes made of mist and moonlight. She looked kindly at the woodcutter and asked,
"Why are you so sad, good man?" The woodcutter stood up and said with respect,
"My axe slipped into the river. It was old, but it was all I had. Without it, I cannot earn my living."
The fairy smiled gently and said,
"Don't worry. I will help you."
She dove into the river and returned holding a glittering golden axe with a jeweled handle.
"Is this your axe?" she asked. The woodcutter looked at it and shook his head.
"My axe was made of iron and had no jewels."
The fairy went into the water again and brought out a silver axe, shining brightly in the sunlight.
"What about this one?"
she asked. Again, the woodcutter said,
"No, that's not mine either."
Finally, the fairy reached into the river once more and brought out a plain, rusty iron axe. The woodcutter's eyes lit up with joy.
"Yes. That one is mine,"
he said happily. The fairy was pleased with his honesty.
"I will give you all 3 axes, gold, silver, and your own."
The woodcutter was filled with gratitude. He bowed to the fairy and thanked her again and again. With all 3 axes in hand, he returned to his village, where he shared his story. Everyone admired his honesty and kindness. From that day on, the woodcutter lived a better life, never forgetting the value of truth.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe MoonToonKids. Thanks for watching.